Chapter 18. Then the Lord appeared to him by the terebinth trees of Mamre, as he was sitting in the tent door in the heat of the day. So he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men were standing by him. And when he saw them, he ran for the tent door to meet them. And he bowed himself to the ground and said, My Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, do not pass on by your servant. Please, let a little water be brought, and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will bring a morsel of bread, that you may refresh your hearts. After that you may pass by, inasmuch as you have come to your servant. They said, Do as you have said. So Abraham hurried into the tent of Sarah and said, Quickly, make ready 3 measures of fine meal. Knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd, took a tender and good calf, and gave it to a young man, and he hastened to prepare it. So he took butter and milk and the calf which he had prepared, and set it before them, and stood by them under the tree as they ate. Then he said to him, Where is Sarah, your wife? So he said, Here, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah, your wife, shall have a son. Sarah was listening in the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Therefore Sarah laughed with herself, saying, After I have grown old, I shall have pleasure, my Lord being old also. And the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh, saying, Surely I shall bear a child, since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return to you, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said to her, No, but you did laugh. Then the man arose from there and looked towards Sodom, and Abraham went with him and to send them on his way. And the Lord said, Shall I hide from Abraham what I am doing? Since Abraham surely has become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I have known him in order that he may command his children and his household after him, that they may keep the way of the Lord, to do righteousness and justice, that the Lord may bring to Abraham what he has spoken to him. And the Lord said, Because of the outcry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is grave, I will go down now and see whether they have done according to the outcry against it that has come to me, and if not, I will know. Then the men turned away from there, and they went toward Sodom. But Abraham still stood before the Lord. And Abram came near and said, Would you destroy the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there were 50 righteous men within the city. Would you destroy the place and not spare it for the 50 righteous that were in it? Far be it from you to do such a thing as this, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous should be as the wicked. Far be it from you. Shall not judge all the earth to do right? So the Lord said, If I find in Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare the place for their sake. Then Abraham answered and said, Indeed now, I I, who am but dust and ashes, have taken it upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose there were 5 less than 50 righteous? Would you destroy all the city for the lack of 5? So he said, if I find there 45, I will not destroy it. And he spoke to him yet again and said, suppose there were to be 40 found there. And he said, I will not do it for the sake of 40. Then he said to the Lord, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak. Suppose 30 be found there. And he said, I will not do it if I find 30 there. And he said, indeed, now I have taken upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose 20 be found there. So he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 20. Then he said, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak but once more. Suppose 10 should be found there. And he said, I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. So the Lord went his way, and as soon as he had finished speaking with Abraham, and Abraham returned to his place.